September 4th, 2023, Labor Day in the USA. While many of us have work off, it is business as usual on the CPKC. I would start my morning in the small town of Gibson, Louisiana, alongside the Vicksburg subdivision. I'd be greeted in the town by the crossing gates down on Highway 154 and the Bossier Turn local making its drops. This is labeled by the railroad as the LL49. It's based out of the former Mid-South Yard in Bossier City and makes its run east and serves industries between Bossier and Arcadia, which is just a few miles east of here. Typically, a trio of Jeeps can be found in charge, but tagged along with them today is 6-axle road motor KCS number 4172. After clearing the crossing, I'd be able to set up my camera under the public pavilion just in time to catch our 4 locomotives come from the 301 track. If there is any outbound traffic, LL49 will pick it up after its turnaround in Arcadia while it heads back to Bossier. KCS 4172 is an EMD SD70 ACE. Part of one of the later batches the KCS has ordered, the locomotive has been in service since 2014. Not exactly sure why this ACE was included on today's local. I've never seen any reports of this happening, so if anyone has a confirmation, it would be greatly appreciated. As the crew realigns the switches and climbs back aboard, the signal dead ahead will give a clear indication to advance to Arcadia, and we'd be following. Arriving in Arcadia, I find a few tank cars in the siding, and this is where things would become slightly congested. As you can see, our light power is standing by just side of the siding by the old VS&P depot, and a road train is halted right behind it, while just a few miles east, the LL46 Monroe local is sitting on the main right by the Foster Farm feed mill. It would be interesting to observe how dispatch handled the situation. The LL46 utilizes the siding to run its power around to head back to Monroe, and the LL49 has to service the Martin gas industry, whose spur is connected to the siding. LL49 will be the first to move with its quartet of power, taking the siding to couple to the tank cars. Now the Shreveport Shop's Eco Rebuild Jeep locomotive will be in charge of leading the local westbound. The KCS only rebuilt a handful of these Ecos, but it's always a pleasure documenting these locomotives with their unique flared radiators. With the main line clear up to the east end of the siding, our road train will move up just to stop in front of the east end signals. This is a Herzog train with two of the KCS SD70 Mesas in charge. Once the KCS had 70 of these locomotives in revenue service, but now only a handful remain on lower end jobs such as work, rock, or local trains. To give you a clearer idea on the congestion, here's a look at the Monroe local holding position and our Herzog train while LL49 is utilizing the siding. With LL49 nice and secured to its few tank cars, it will now shove back into Martin Gas to switch and bring out any outbound tank cars. These tanks have the chemical code of 1075 listed on their plaques. This is liquefied petroleum gas. This product is commonly used for fuel for gas grills, ovens, fireplaces, and even water heaters in Europe. After probably an hour or so of switching, the Bossier turn has finished switching and the conductor on the ground will realign the spur track switch back to the siding track. Once he makes the decent walk back up to the power, the LL49 will head back west to pick up outbound cars from towns such as Gippsland, Sibley, and a few other locations. I was going to try and get to the other side of the 1 mile siding to catch the Monroe LL46 local making its move into the siding to allow the Herzog train to continue eastward, but as you can see, I barely missed it and my view from my Tacoma's windshield would have to do. I'd make my way to the next town east to set up for another roll-by shot of the pair of mesas in Simsboro, only to find a westbound manifest who's been waiting patiently for the line to clear this whole time. Thanks to the 4 mile length of this siding, this train can go on and get moving as the Herzog approaches. I couldn't tell you the symbol for sure on this manifest due to the time of day and its short length. On the speedway, I've grown accustomed to identifying trains by the time of day and the contents of freight on it, but this one had me puzzled due to its very short length. There was maybe only 30 to 40 cars on it. My guess is that is an extra train from Mississippi, but like I said, I can't confirm that. A Canadian National GE was partnered with the Retro Bell Gevo in the hauling duties. We get a nicely timed meet of it and the rock train and call it a day. I hope you've enjoyed this video and some of the congestion on the line. I'm sure the dispatcher was having a headache with this one, but I guess that's just railroading for you. If you did like it, please leave a like down below and maybe subscribe if you haven't already. As always, my friends, thanks for watching, and until the next video, I'll be seeing you somewhere out there along the rails.